Well, probably bigger than anything, just a concerted effort to get better, to address. I mean, when you turn on the film after a game, you can easily see mistakes. And so, to their credit, they have to be willing to accept the critique, and then be cognizant and, mindful of getting to do the work to fix it. And so that's probably been what we've been most pleased with, is their just concerted effort to keep getting better.
When you take a look at this offense, with your line and the way that Tyrese is running the football, that's kind of been the staple that we've seen from Snider this season. What do you guys need to do well against a physical and disciplined Bishop Dwenger defense that you'll see this week to have the success that we've seen?
Well, I think as our goal is to improve offensively, is to remain balanced. We have to be able to be balanced, throwing the ball, running the ball, but yet there's got to be times when they know you're going to run it, and we got to be able to run it. There's going to be times where they know you're going to be throwing it, and you got to be able to throw it. So that just comes down to execution, very precise, fundamental execution of the scheme and your technique. So it's a balance between those things. Staying balanced, but then being good enough to do it when they know you're going to do it.
Defensively, you guys have been solid for the bulk of this season. Dwenger has really started to find themselves offensively the last couple of weeks. What do you see on tape and in your scouting that you guys need to do well to slow them down, and what are you kind of stressing to these guys in practice this week on the defensive side of the football?
Well, you can see they've kind of settled into what they want their offense to be. I think every team feels its way out in the beginning of the season, and you're trying different guys at different spots, and then as the season progresses, you settle down. And I think they've certainly done that. And you can see that in their effectiveness, the last two games scoring a bunch of points. And it's the same, Dwenger team that you have to defend. They're physical, they're good up front, they're well coached up front. Their kids play hard, they get the ball in the hands of very talented guys. KJ is as good a running back as there is in the conference. That, and then coupled with very potent weapons. O'Keefe is a hard guy to cover, and yet he does things with the ball after he catches it. And Sioka is another big target. You just can't match up with a 6'5" guy very easily. And the other tight end guy that they put out there is a big target. So that makes the offense difficult to defend, and that's why they're scoring a bunch of points, and that's our challenge, playing against them.
You've seen a lot of these Snider-Dwenger matchups. Over the years, it just seems like it could come down to a play, it could come down to a snap, it could come down to the most minute of detail. What do you impress upon these guys about those games, and how much do you look forward to a game like this that, not only carries a lot of weight in terms of the victory bell for you guys, but also just the pride and the prestige of a matchup like this?
Well, I think that word that you just used right there kind of is emblematic of the series. The Dwenger-Snider series is about pride, and two very proud programs that have had a history and a tradition of success, that when we play against each other, it's just a classic matchup. It's a hard-fought, clean, good football game, and kids make plays on both sides. And the word that I keep coming to our team is precision. We have to be precise. We have to be precise in all facets of the game, down to your individual execution of what you do at your position. But the offense has to be precise. The defense has to be precise. Special teams have to be precise in games like this, because those mistakes lead to success for the other team.
Good deal. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.
One thing we're doing well is listening to the coaches, because the coaches definitely helping us do what we need to do in the field and helping us do what we need to do in practice, so we can get to what we need to do in games.
This offense is kind of starts with the running game and the guys up front, you and the guys up front. What do you need to do well to run the football against a Bishop Dwenger team that maybe isn't as big as the Dwenger teams we've seen in the past, but they're very efficient and disciplined out there? What do you need to do well offensively to run it this way?
Well, just like you said, Dwenger is very disciplined, so we're going to do everything that the coaches is showing us to do. We have to do everything right in order to be a very good Dwenger defense.
When you look at the impact that this game could have on the victory bell, obviously you guys want that W and want to be ringing it at season's end with two huge games on the back end of your schedule. So what's the mentality as you enter a game that could ultimately determine, one of your goals at the beginning of the season?
One of the things we need is focus. We all need to focus as a team. We need to focus as a unit in order to be into a sectional, because this is one goal we all been looking forward to since the summer. So really, we just need to focus and do what we need to do this week.
What do you remember from last year's games or from previous Snider-Dwenger games that you can apply and use this time around?
Last year going into Dwenger, we wasn't ready. We knew that they were good, and we automatically had a setback. So this year we ready for them. We can't wait to play at Dwenger.
As far as this rivalry goes, I mean, how jacked do you guys get in a week like this, where this is, two of the best programs that the city has ever seen, colliding for a game that means something?
Mm-hmm. So every week, every time we play Dwenger, everybody just super hype. All the coaches are super serious. So we all just ready. We all serious, locked in. We ready to play.
What are you most looking forward to about this coming Friday?
A win. I want to win.
Good deal. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
All right, man.
Just keep getting better every day, just every day in practice, just knowing the scheme, knowing our assignments, just playing fast and just practicing hard and carrying over into the game. And I feel like we did a great job at doing that.
Defensively, what are the coaches stressing this week on the football field to limit Dwenger offensively? Because they've really kind of figured themselves out and righted the ship, if you will, offensively the last couple of weeks.
Just be ready to play physical. Every year this game is always the most physical, and just we got to be ready to come downhill, just be ready to hit.
What do you remember about last year's game? Was that their place? What do you take away from that game that you can apply this time around?
I felt like at the first that they didn't expect us to come out like the way we did, but I felt like we just didn't finish the game, and I feel like this Friday, if we come out how we did last year, and we just play better in the second half, I feel like we can win.
Kind of a big difference from where you were at this point this year to where you were at this point last year. What's been the key to the turnaround and getting Snider football back to the place where you're competing for an SAC championship again?
I feel like we're one as a team. We're just a whole. I feel like last year we had a few bits and pieces that just didn't match together, but I feel like this year we love all each other, and we love to be around each other, and we love to work hard.
If there's an X factor or one thing that this game could hinge upon, what do you think it is in your eyes?
Right here, this is what sets it until we go to playoffs. This is what sets it. If we can see if we can play physical and just play big boy football.
How do you approach a game that has the magnitude that this game does when it comes to this could be a big factor in determining whether you guys win the SAC's victory bell, which I imagine is one of the goals you set out at the beginning of the season?
This game's going to be tough. It's always been a tough one, but I feel like just with hard work and just knowing what we're doing, I feel like we can come out with the win.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about this Friday? I mean, it's two powerhouses, it's an important game. I mean, it's kind of got all the elements you want.
Just the atmosphere, just everybody, just the energy, just everything, just being ready to play, just go out there and having fun.
Good deal, my man. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.